I remember doing a management course many, many years ago, and there's different levels of management, frontline supervisor, middle management, upper management, right? And they did a little rectangular box, and it was called ITA.
Mm-hmm.
And ITA stood for interpersonal skills, technical skills, and analytical ability.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that struck me across all levels of management was that the level of interpersonal skills you needed were the same. You needed to have strong interpersonal skills. If you're on the tools, you need to have good technical skills, analytical skills not as much. If you're in upper management, technical skills not as important as having good analytical skills. But no matter what level of management, you need a good interpersonal skills.
Your ability to be able to deal with people.
And communicate with people. And it seems that we've lost a lot of that through things like emailing and text messaging and, communicating like that. We've lost the art, if you like, of face-to-face communication. Fleur Allen is a master networker, and she probably agrees with the fact that we have lost the art of face-to-face communication because of the time spent on devices. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Baz.
Is it that noticeable in the workplace?
Absolutely. It was actually a deep concern of mine with a history as a teacher and a parent of noticing how people in a networking situation where they're checking their text messages and phones and things when they're face-to-face in front of people. And that's worrying because I run a networking organisation. I'm bringing people together to go, hey, let's meet face-to-face. It's much more meaningful, but you do need to put the devices away.
Yeah, but if you're nervous, you see, some people get nervous in that situation, so being on your mobile device gives you an opportunity to be there, and if you're not communicating with someone else, you can still look busy. That's why they do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and I completely understand that. But face-to-face communication is a lost art because it's something that we need to continue to be taught originally, but to continue to practice. And yes, you can be connecting to somebody else, but if you have the courage to put that mobile device down and just go up to someone and say, hi, what do you do? So you talk about them, then that's a great way to break the ice.
But people fear rejection, don't they, Fleur? I mean, people fear that, people will drop them, because they're not interesting enough.
Yeah, absolutely. But honestly, we need to let that go because really it's not always all about us. So we need to have the confidence and to step up and just to say, this is who I am and I want to get to know you. Because face-to-face communication on devices and on the phone, etc., you can't make eye contact, you can't read body language, so a lot of the message is actually missed. But the beauty about face-to-face communication is you can read that meaning and you can read the sincerity, and particularly in business, that's super important because you need to build trust and rapport to be able to have long-term business relationships.
There's no doubt that everything we do better if we are face-to-face rather than communicating electronically. But Fleur, clearly the electronic communication has taken over. So what are the rules then? How do we fix it? Is it as simple as if you come to a meeting or if you're sitting down for family time, phones, devices, they all go away? Is that how you have to do it?
Yeah, I think so, because these devices are addictive. It's like screen time. You need to have screen-free time. And if you're in a situation, particularly if you've got teenagers or young people in your home, they're young. They need to be taught. We as the parents, as the adults, as the business leaders need to show by example. And that includes if you're going to a networking organisation, hey, just turn the phone off, just so it's not a temptation. And this stuff needs to be taught. So for children, have a meal around the table device-free. And if that's a little bit scary, we'll do, every young person and teenager will now roll their eyes, get a deck of cards out, get a jigsaw puzzle or something that you can talk about other than the cavernous gaps of no conversation, if you know what I mean.
And they love it as well. I mean, obviously teachers do it every day and, kids hopefully communicate. They're not using devices all the time, but it is an art that is lost, and I reckon it's one that we probably need to revisit from time to time. Thanks for your time.
Oh, that's a pleasure. Thank you. Have a great day.
Fleur Allen there. She's a master networker. If you want to check her out online, you'll be able to find out more info.
Do you tell your kids, hey, come on, put them away. We're going to sit down and have a chat. But do you actually say...
Everybody brings their phone to the table.
Listen, for 20 minutes...